Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Before starting my own presentation, I would like to introduce myself. Let me introduce myself. My name is Neng Alvy from A1-2019. I would like to take this opportunity to deliver the message of my research proposal by Neng Alvy. Title: The Use Blogspot Media in Teaching Writing Skill at Senior High School in Pandemic COVID-19. Next, background of the research. The use of internet in this era for researching and gathering information is enriching in many language teaching and learning situations. And most of the sites in English are more accessible than ever before. These kinds of resources are intended to help language teachers to be able to use them as various kinds of media in various language teaching contexts. Research question: how is implementation of scenario of teaching writing skill through blogspot media? What are students' responses toward teaching writing skill through blogspot media? What are students' difficulties in teaching writing skill through blogspot media? What are teacher difficulties in teaching writing skill through blogspot media? Next. Objectives of the research. Based on the problem's formula, this research is intended to study: point 1. To know implementation of scenario of teaching writing skill using blogspot media. To know responses toward teaching writing skill using blogspot media. To identify students' difficulties in learning writing skill through blogspot media. To find out teachers' difficulties in using blogspot media. Next. Significances of the research. For teacher can find useful and effective method in teaching writing skill. For students can improve their skill through this research method and can help their learning with this media. Also, the result of this research will make the students able to solve their problems in writing. For the learning, as a reference for the learning process, especially in writing skill, to know the comparison approach towards students' improvement in writing. Next. Definition of a term: writing skill. Writing skills are an important part of communication. Blogs in language teaching. Blogs come from the weblog. It's a kind of online journal constructed and updated by the blog's owner. Teaching. Some theories give the definition about impressed of activities to raise more desirable or more excellent quality or condition to increase the productivity or value of land and property. Next, literature review. Point A, writing skill. There are definitions of writing, components of good writing, content, form, grammar, and style. And the last point, writing process. There are pre-writing, writing, and revising. Next, point B, blogspot media. The definition blogspot media, the roles of blogspot media, and the last, the advantages and disadvantages of using blogspot media. Methodology and research procedure. Point 1, preparation procedure. There are problem identification, do preliminary study, formulate research problem, select approaches, define variables and data source, determine and organize instrument. Next, point 2, implementation procedure. There are collecting data, analyzing data, drawing collection. And point 3, evaluation procedure. There are report making and the last accountability report. Subject of the research. The subject in this research is studied in senior high school in Cianjur. Based on the preliminary study the authors did, the students have the following characteristics. Point 1. Students have interest to learn English better, but they got difficulty to understand the material. Point 2, not confidence to write. Point 3, lack of motivation to writing. Instruments of research. The instrument in this research is point 1, interview. Interview is the activity where the researcher asks the student opinion and their feeling toward it, teaching technique and difficulties to using that technique. Point 2, questionnaire. Questionnaire is administered to give the opportunity to the student to deliver their feeling and perception of speaking and the way of teaching writing. Point 3, field notes. Field notes can be used as the heart of the qualitative research because a theory must be supported by data and material in memory. Point 4, test. Test is a method to get the student's score of pre-test and post-test. Test was administered by each student. Data analysis. The data in the study are prepared using interview, observation questionnaire, and Microsoft Excel to find description of the ability and skill to write of students and the implementation. Description of learning improving students' writing skill through Blogspot Media grade at senior high school in Cianjur. Research schedule. Activities point 1, proposal preparation. There are point 1, development of learning scenario on research instrument. There are point 2, trial of research instruments. Point 2, trial of research instrument. Point 2, field research. Point 3, data processing. Point 4, chapter 1 until chapter 3.5. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.